In the last 2 decades, technology has significantly changed. Computers specifically are now sleeker, faster, and most importantly, more accessible. Convenience is becoming of more and more importance, and contacting people throughout the world has never been easier. As a result of this, e-commerce was born. So what is e-commerce? Well, e-commerce stands for electric commerce and is defined as the buying and selling of products or services over electronic systems, most commonly the Internet. Beyond strictly Internet-based businesses, e-commerce also entails improvements in business functions for traditional retailers. It also affects many business tasks, including development, marketing, communication, sales, and more. These innovations in existing business functions drastically improve productivity and can have a dramatic impact on the economy. E-commerce is international. Asia represents the largest online market in the world, with a population of about 3 billion and over 825 million Internet users. That's 42% of all Internet users in the world. Asia is an emerging market, which means that it is a nation experiencing rapid growth and industrialization. Emerging markets are excellent opportunities for North American companies as they are in constant demand for new and innovative products. Thanks to e-commerce, it has never been easier to conduct business throughout the world, and reaching international customers has never been timelier. E-commerce is also an incredible tool for new businesses as it allows them to rapidly broaden their customer base, interact with customers and businesses throughout the world, and inexpensively market and advertise their company worldwide. Lastly, in 2006 and 2007, it was estimated that about 19% of all Canadian online revenues were generated by customers outside of Canada. E-commerce definitely represents the future of the globally engaged marketplace. E-commerce has also led to innovation in existing jobs, along with the creation of many new jobs. Did you know that the top 10 in-demand jobs in 2010 did not exist in 2004? This is because they are all directly related to technologies that did not exist at the time. It can be assumed that in the future, many more jobs, businesses, and tasks will be computer-based. This will definitely impact the types of goods and services in demand in the marketplace and will continue to change how traditional tasks are completed. The Internet and e-commerce also influence where business is being conducted. For example, companies looking to rationalize their operations can invest in the offshore labor market by hiring online workers outside of their country. This works for tasks such as online customer service, record keeping and interpreting, and other simple computer-based tasks. Investing in these markets allows businesses to experience the benefits of reduced expenses, specifically labor costs, while offering their customers the same services such as customer service or technological assistance. On the whole, e-commerce is an incredible tool for new businesses, and it definitely represents the future of the marketplace. Thus far, the 21st century economy is globally engaged and driven by innovation and technology. Businesses must be able to quickly adapt to meet changing customer demand, which definitely agrees with the concepts of electronic commerce. Also, e-commerce is constantly evolving. There is always something new or something undiscovered, and there is always room for innovations and improvements. All in all, e-commerce, as a result of the Internet, has defined this generation and will continue to define the future. Thus, it is and will continue to be a very important tool in our economy.
Words like e-commerce or electronic commerce are often thrown around in all sorts of places, but to properly understand them we must first go back to 1957. 1957, the birth of the internet, and the framework for the digitization of our society. Although, at this point, the internet was very much restricted to military and government uses, so we'll have to fast forward 32 years. And here we are, 1989, the year that affects us most. The internet goes public, the birth of the internet. Increasingly, the internet has been seen to govern our lives, and almost every aspect of life has been computerized, from doing research for a college paper, socializing with friends, gaming, or just as a means of a time sink. It's no surprise that buying and selling have also taken to the internet, which is exactly what e-commerce is. Today, e-commerce, or electronic commerce, can be defined as any sort of transaction made on the internet. So if you've bought something online, whether physical or electronic, then you've engaged in e-commerce. This can include buying directly or buying through affiliates or agents. If you've sold something online, again, whether physical or electronic, then you've also engaged in e-commerce. This can include selling on your website, selling through social networking sites, selling through an auction site, and many, many more. E-commerce can be between a business and customers, also known as B2C. B2C is what you've most likely been involved in. E-commerce can be between businesses and other businesses, for example, one company buying hardware components from another. And it can also be between customers, for example, people selling through an auction website. This is known as P2P. E-commerce provides a simple platform to do business with countries other than your own. Long gone are the days where business was confined to your city and where your audience was also confined to your city. E-commerce is huge and it's growing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dadi Perlmutter.
People confuse user experience with user interface. User experience is about how easy it is to do whatever function you'd like to do. And one of becoming most popular, but also the most cumbersome and frightening activities are e-commerce. Today, you have to fill a lot of personal information. You put in your credit card. You have to remember the password that you use for Amazon, which hopefully is different than the password that you use for your other accounts. And who remembers all that? So some people write it down on a small piece of paper or in their computers to remember that. Some people have a very simple, the name of their dog. How easy for any hacker to do. We have to solve these problems because people would love to use their devices, their computers, either mobile or stationary, to solve these problems. And who is better to talk about that than MasterCard? So I'd like to invite Gary Flood, who is the president of Global Products and Services of MasterCard, to talk to me about a collaboration of a solution that we have. Good morning, Gary.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Kind of Intel and MasterCard doesn't look like the classical match. Nevertheless, we have a big problem to solve. So what is the problem that we are about to solve?
The first one is my dress code, so I can connect with you and Craig. I didn't get the memo, so I'll work on that next time, all right?
I was trying to be very nice to you.
Yeah, I know. When you think about it, I think you hit on it in your introductory comments. I mean, when we take a step back and think about what we need to do at MasterCard, we need to enable commerce. So that means we need to make the experience better for consumers and merchants. So on the consumer side, all those credentials can really be cumbersome, right? So you want to create an environment where it's easy for them to buy. At the same time, though, you really have to think hard about merchants. You can't get too intrusive on the merchant side. They're there to sell stuff, right, and make money. So the idea is making it easy and frictionless. But one important element added to that is ubiquitous. Think about what MasterCard is worldwide. 33 million merchant locations. It works the same way. That's the big challenge for us. That's what we have to get at.
So can you tell us about the PayPass wallet services that you're about to launch?
Sure. We spent a lot of time assessing and figuring out, what might make the most sense. All right. And in May, we announced PayPass Wallet Services, all right, which combines a couple of different attributes. Number one, it's open. All right. Historically, MasterCard has been one that's flexible as an organization and network. We work hard at that. Sometimes, of course, there's rubs with different partners. But it's an open environment. all right? So from a wallet perspective, all brands, it's agnostic. You can put in what you need to put in. Second aspect of PayPass Wallet Services is that it is capable of being white labeled. So it doesn't have to be done our way. We're open and flexible to what other people may want to do. There are different components they may want to use and others they may not want to. So we have to retain that flexibility, which is extremely important. And the third aspect is accessibility. All right, when we think about it, we want ubiquitous acceptance. So there's going to be a ton of wallets out there. Those wallets are going to need acceptance. So through our open API, we'll enable partners and their solutions to work their way into our processes.
So what does Intel bring to this party? How is the importance of Intel?
We can work hard at making it easy, but you got to make it secure. So when you think about Intel's identity protection technology, that's one great way of making sure we're connecting a consumer to a device. As you conduct these sales around the world, and this is just not domestic, it's worldwide, there's a tremendous opportunity with cross-border e-commerce that still isn't being realized. And this technology puts you in a situation where you can make better decisions. All right? The second part is actually enabling Ultrabooks with NFC PayPass, the convenience of tapping a card or a phone on a device and completing a sale. So I think it's fundamentally got two wonderful things that are going to help us advance forward.
So let's see how it works. It's better seeing than talking. So
Yeah.
Craig, why?
Perfect, guys. Let's go ahead and walk through just exactly how this process would work when making it just your average purchase. So I'm going to need a couple of things to get started. Now, obviously, I have all my passwords, or I can go ahead and store information on separate clouds from retailers. But I want to do that. I want to make sure that all my information is secure as well as easy to buy. So here is the first part where I have a MasterCard PayPass NFC-enabled credit card. So NFC is a great technology for easy use. It allows us to pair up multiple devices in concert or be able to do a tap and pay, just like we said. But NFC in itself is not security. So what we've done is gone ahead and partnered and put an individual cipher in this card, as well as paired up with MasterCard PayPass Cloud in order to authenticate those two items together. And once they complete their cipher, then they can go ahead and give you that extra level of security. But we go one step further. With Intel identity protection technology, we're now able to add a device-level authentication that we have coming out of this machine to make sure that this is my card, this is my laptop, and this is the cloud that I'm authenticating with all my credentials. So let's actually go ahead and make a purchase and see how easy it is, right? So we're going up to Tiger Direct. Here I have looks like I have one of these brand new Toshibas that I'm using some payments with, and I'm so attracted by how easy it is to pay, I'm going to go ahead and buy one myself. So why don't we go ahead, and I'm just going to click on the PayPass here, and that's going to take us to our order page. It says, hello, Gary. Thanks for letting me borrow your credit card. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And while I have there, I'm going to make a real short purchase, and I can see here that immediately on this page, it has detected that my laptop has tap-and-go capabilities by having NFC built in. So let's just go ahead and pay by that way. Take my card, and just like that, all of my information has been authenticated from the cloud, has gone ahead and filled in all the forms, don't need to hassle with those pesky passwords and a bunch of other stuff that I keep rattling around in my head. We have gone through multi-step authentication to make sure that this purchase happens. Looks good there, and that order is on the way for me. So just that simple, completely transparent to the user for an ease of use, and all that security on top, and that's what this partnership is going to mean for our Ultrabook users. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
When asked what was the most important invention of the 20th century, 7% said television, 11% said the telephone, and 80% said
the computer. Pick up any magazine, watch any television show, read any newspaper.
.com is the buzzword of the millennium.
In 1998, there were 95.4 million people online.
By 2005, estimates predict over 700 million.
In 1998, e-commerce generated $39 billion in revenue. In 1999, $114 billion. By 2004, estimates predict $1.5 trillion.
E-commerce has arrived. And guess who's shopping? Teenagers, Generation Xers, baby boomers, and even seniors, the fastest growing segment online.
Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, is the internet the future? 2, are there fortunes being made on the internet? 3, are you making a fortune on the internet?
Why not? Because fortunes are being made now. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
The 40 richest people under the age of 40?
Guess what? Over half of them made their fortunes on the internet. And believe it or not, you could too.
All you need is access to a computer.
The internet will do 2 things: create new opportunities and destroy old ways and methods of doing business.
Welcome to the Internet Gold Rush. You can stake your claim or sit back and watch it all happen.
You've got 4 chances to make money on the internet right now. 1, become an investor. The problem?
You must pick the right stock and have money you're willing to risk.
2, become a developer. The problem?
You need technical training. Are you ready to quit your job and go back to school?
3, become a seller. The problem?
You'll need a marketable product or service, and lawyers and patent clerks and infrastructure.
And a website. A good one. Because 4 out of 5 users never revisit the average website. Or 4, you can start now with what you have right from where you are.
The internet revolution will only happen once. And every person watching this will have the same opportunity.
Bottom line?
Get involved or get run over.
But how can you get involved?
What could you possibly bring to the table?
Your mouth.
You see, the internet has a problem. At last count, there were over 7 million websites on the internet. We expect over 72 million sites by 2002.
You will never see them all. No one ever will.
Think companies like Amazon and CD Now are making millions, right? Wrong. They're still in the red. Up to a quarter of their annual revenue goes toward advertising.
Banner ads, newspaper ads, radio ads, even $2 million a pop Super Bowl ads. Billions of dollars to get your eyeballs to look at their site.
Result? They're still losing money.
Hollywood has the same problem.
Last year, in the U.S. alone, over 75 movies came out of Hollywood. Did you see every one?
Or did you see the ones your friends recommended?
Hollywood can spend millions every year promoting movies. But a bad review from your coworker means you're not going.
Good or bad, word-of-mouth advertising works.
People were questioned about how they find sites. Word of mouth was cited by 100% of respondents.
It's called a buzz.
Advertising can't buy it. Hollywood can't create it.
But you can get paid for making it. Paid for your opinion. Paid for creating a buzz.
So how do you cash in?
That PC on your desktop is 100 times more powerful than the computer that sent men to the moon.
Isn't it time you put it to work?
98% of consumers who shopped online during the holiday season were pleased with the experience. 90% plan to shop online again.
88% prepared to recommend it to a friend. 71% said they would shop the same site over and over if given an incentive.
Call it networking,
Affiliate marketing,
direct selling.
referral marketing.
Call it whatever you want. It's already a $100 billion a year business.
A business that you can do part-time or full-time and can be started at home with no large capital outlay, low overhead, no employees, and no special business expertise or technical skills. A business that allows you to work your hours for your goals.
A business that offers time freedom, financial freedom, and a franchise-like, step-by-step business plan. And according to most experts, a home-based business offers incredible tax advantages.
What are you waiting for?
Think e-commerce is going away?
Statistics show that 96% of adults ages 25 to 44 are looking to own their own business.
The only question is, are you ready?
Are you tired of being passed up for promotions? Tired of commuting? Tired of the rat race?
Are you ready to work your own hours? Take a vacation when you want to, not when they let you.
Drive the car you've always dreamed about, not the one you can afford.
Live where you want to live, not where your job puts you.
Retire in style, not on a shoestring.
Look at the facts. Even with all that's happened, this is just the beginning.
What are you going to say 10, 20, 30 years from now when your grandkids ask you if you were involved in the internet revolution?
Remember, only half of all U.S. households have computers.
The greatest boom is still ahead. The next few years will make you or break you. It's your choice.
If not now, when? If not you, who? If not this, what? For once in your life, you can definitely say,
I am in the right place at the right time.
Only a select group of people will see this information. Despite all of the incredible growth ahead, there is a limited window of opportunity. Timing is critical. In the internet economy, it's called first mover advantage. It's your move.